Hi Year 4. Now I'm going to remind you of our method that we can use to represent written problems. And the models that we're going to be looking at now are the bar model and the part-part-whole model. Now a bar model is a kind of part-part-whole model, so we'll be looking at both, although they really show you very much the same thing. So what's important to remember before I show you this is that this isn't a method to solve the problem. But what it is a way that you can represent the problem, a way that you can draw out the problem so that you can see it. So, we'll read the word problem and then use a bar model to draw it out and represent it. So it says, Joe had 3,021 cupcakes. Sarah had 1,672. How many did they have in total? Now, the word total here tells me that I might be doing an addition question. I know that Joe had 3,021 and I know that Sarah had 1,672. So I need to add those two numbers together to see what they had overall. Let's draw it out so we can make it a little bit clearer. I'm going to start with a typical part-part-whole model. One of our parts is 3,021. That's how many cupcakes Joe had. The other part is the number of cupcakes that Sarah had. That is 1,672. Those parts come together and are added together to create the whole. Now, the whole is the total, which we have not found yet. We haven't found out the total. But by drawing it into this part-part-whole model, I can see that these are the two numbers that I will need to add together. And I might choose to do that using a column addition method. If I quickly work that out using my column addition method, I can see that the missing number is 4,693. So I can get rid of that question mark and I can write in the total. So how many did they have in total? Well, they had 4,693 cupcakes altogether. The other method that we're looking at, not method, the other model I'll show you is a bar model. So, a bar model works in much the same way, we just lay it out differently. So, we know that we're trying to find the whole, we know that we're trying to find the total, and we don't know what that is yet in this question. We need to find out how many did they have in total. So, I'm going to draw out the two parts that I do know. I know that Joe had 3,021 cupcakes, and I know that Sarah had 1,672. I can see that these are the two smaller parts. How many they had in total will be the whole, so it will be a bigger number. What do I do to find it? Well, I must add my two parts together, just like we did in the previous model. Bar models can be used when we're just adding two numbers together. But they can also be used when we have three numbers to add together. So I can add some details to this word problem. Joe had 3,021 cupcakes. Sarah had 1,672. And Miss Buckman had 309. How many did they have in total? So we are still finding the total number. We're still adding to find our total. The only difference is this time, rather than two parts, we've got three. So, just like we did before with my bar model, I'm going to draw it out to help me visualise the problem, to help me see it as a picture. I don't know what my whole is yet. I haven't found the total. That's what I want to find out. But I know that I've got three parts this time. I've got Joe's cupcakes, Sarah's cupcakes, and Miss Buckman's cupcakes. So I'm going to give my bar model three parts, and I'm going to write those values in each of the parts. I can see now that what I need to do to find my whole is add those three parts together using a column addition method. We can also represent adding 3 numbers or more together using the part-whole models I showed you earlier. So, we don't know what our whole is yet, that's still a mystery, but I do know that I've got 3 parts. One of those parts is 3021, one of those parts is Sarah's cupcakes, 1672, and one of those parts is Miss Buckman's cupcakes, 309. And I know that to find the whole, I would need to add those 3 parts together to find that whole number, to find that total. So remember, this method won't help you solve the problems, but it will help you if you've got a worded problem and you want to help yourself to visualize it, to draw it out as a picture, to help you see which operation you need to choose. Thank you for watching Year 4.